Hey everyone, my name is Wedge. Believe it or not, we're almost at the end of Eternal Masters preview coverage already. I know, it's crazy. If you missed anything up to this point, you should start right here. It'll bring you straight to our playlist with all the information you need on the set. Super easy. Now we have a lot to talk about, so let's get right into it. Enjoy. Ashnod's Altar is coming back, and I can't even imagine the squeals from Commander players everywhere. For those who don't know, the altar is a primary sacrifice outlet in most Commander sack strategies. Best part, it's never had a foil printing. This is going to be the first one ever, and the card wasn't rare shifted, so at least you know it'll be available in all of its skeletal glory. Great reprint, amazing uncommon choice for the set, adds a ton of value, real happy about this. Foil altar, sweet. Isochron Scepter is finally back in a real set and is rare shifted. Did not expect that originally, but the more I think about it, yeah, that makes sense. The card is dumb. It lets you imprint a 2 mana or less instant, and you basically get to cast that thing for the rest of the game. Straight up bonkers. Love the Scepter. They're keeping the From the Vault art, which is alright, but I would have liked a throwback to the original Mirrodin artwork. Always popped out at me. Anyways, card will be interesting and limited. Even putting just a counter spell on this is funny, you know? Oh, trouble we're gonna get into. Karmic Guide, sweet cube reprint. The card's awesome. It's a heavy hitter in a ton of commander decks, especially flicker strategies like Safi and Rune, or even spirit decks like Celestial Kirin. All great decks. Karmic Guide fits perfectly. Also, again, this is the perfect cube card. Now, the card is worth around $3, so it isn't crazy expensive, but pack foils are going to run you about $50. So much like many of the other cards in the set, this reprint should help foils, hopefully. Well, this is a bit out of left field. Mesa Enchantress is getting a reprint, and it's at the uncommon rarity. Interesting downshift in rarity. Thank goodness for it, because the card is literally worth pennies, but certainly unexpected all the same. Enchantress decks are fun, like really fun. It'll be interesting to see how they justify the Mesa's inclusion in the set. Seems very surprising if they don't justify it somehow. Either way, Commander players get more Enchantresses for their Daxos, Ural, and Sigarda decks, so yay. Squadron Hawk makes its triumphant return in Eternal Masters as well. This I expected. The card was a powerhouse in Standard, and I won't lie, the second I saw this getting reprinted, it made me cringe a little bit. Memories are not good. Anyways, bringing the promo art back is a nice touch. The card has value. You play one, grab the other 3, use something like Brainstorm to tuck them away, shuffle your library, maybe play another one, grab the remaining 2. You see what's going on here? The Hawk is gross. Gonna make a pretty foil though. Up next, oh boy, Wrath of God. Okay, now, don't freak out. I know what you're thinking. You think that because Wrath of God is in the set, Damnation couldn't possibly be, right? I get that. I do. But it is using an older artwork of Wrath of God, one that inverses with Damnation pretty well. That could mean something. Just don't give up hope. Not yet. It could still happen, right? Like, right? This is torture. Brainstorm is back. Totally expected this. It's also uncommon. Did not expect that. It was just printed as a common back in Conspiracy and Commander 2015, but no matter. More foil Brainstorms, always good. Arguably the best non-Power 9 draw spell in the game, foil Brainstorms from Conspiracy will still run you $45 each, so at least this way more of them get out there. I'll take it, works for me. Nice little uncommon to pull too. Can never have enough Brainstorms. Players always want them. It's good trade fodder, I approve. Hydroblast and Pyroblast are both back, and they're getting new art, and we'll be able to get them in foil. Vintage and Legacy players, you may commence freaking out. Look at the artwork, it's so cool. This is what I've been waiting for a long time. Updated art, updated frame, updated text box. It's all so pretty. These are a couple dollars each, so they make pretty nice uncommon slot cards. Foils will have a nice premium as well. Wonderful additions, I can get behind this. Our Tutor cycle continues with Mystical Tutor, the blue instant that searches for an instant or sorcery card, another obviously welcome reprint. In addition to the new friggin' awesome artwork, we can now get Mystical Tutor in foil that isn't a From the Vault foil, so that's always cool. The card sees play in Vintage and extensively in Commander. Even more players use this card than the altar we just spoke about. It's a tutor for 1 mana, come on! Anyways, the card isn't too expensive, around $5 right now, but the reprint is welcome, especially when it comes with sweet artwork. Loving it. Awesome reprint incoming, Sinkhole! Yes, I love Sinkhole! Welcome back to the days where land destruction wasn't shunned by Wizards of the Coast. Sinkhole was a straight up common in Alpha, Beta, and Unlimited. They straight up didn't learn until it was too late. The card is worth a solid $20 for the unlimited version. Want it in foil? You can get the Judge promo with Ant art. That'll cost you around $50. Or you can get the new version with sweet artwork in foil. The card looks fantastic, foils will be worth a bunch of money, and it's a rare, so the price is definitely going to be helped out. Hey, you 6 Pox players out there? Yeah, you guys, just enjoy. Firebolt's reprint, while it may seem uninteresting, is awesome. This is the definition of a great limited removal spell. So good. Brings with it a ton of value since it can be flashbacked. It has a fair cost, fair damage, fair everything. This limited format is going to be really cool. That's all I want to say about that, except the new art. Man, that's awesome art. Price of Progress is the latest burn spell to get the Eternal Masters reprint treatment, this time with beautiful new artwork and the possibility of getting a foil version that isn't the premium deck series one. You'll find this card in Delver Strategies and Legacy, along with Burn Legacy decks, Jeskai Legacy decks, you get my point. Fast decks like Price of Progress, as they should. It's fast damage that takes advantage of the complex mana bases in Legacy. Also, and this is nothing to scoff at, Price of Progress is worth upwards of $5 to $6. This reprint at uncommon is great. Either it helps the price out, or you're pulling a sweet uncommon that carries with it significant value. I'm really enjoying the uncommon quality in this set right now. It's good stuff. Sulfuric Vortex is back too. Wow, Wizards is going really deep on this burn plan, jeez. Vortex is a powerhouse burn spell that is the definition of brutal, finding its way into Delver decks, burn decks. It's a Legacy staple to be sure. Now the card isn't worth a ton of money, but it is played a lot, so there's that. Not the most expensive reprint, but one that's hilarious and limited, great in Cube, funny in Commander, and again, a staple in Legacy. I approve. Playable bulk is better than unplayable bulk. Alright, Pauper fans have to be going nuts here. Wildfire Emissary is getting a reprint at the common level for the first time ever. You know what that means? Pauper eligibility is a go. The reason this card was so good is because it survives so much removal. Can't be removed by any of the annoying white removable spells, can't be bolted down, can't be killed by white creatures. 4 toughness on this thing is great. The Emissary is awesome, glad it's a common now, very cool. Okay, first we had Mesa Enchantress get downshifted in rarity, and now we have our Gothian Enchantress get upshifted in rarity. What is going on? Clearly there's a sub-theme in this set's limited format to support enchantments. That's great. That's super cool. Our Gothian Enchantress is a really nice target for a mythic rare, even if it was unexpected. The only real printing it's ever had is in Urza's Saga, and it's about $15. But foil versions, you can only get the Judge promo, and that's worth $50. The Enchantress is one of the key cards in the Enchantress deck in Legacy. It sees extensive play in Commander, and keeping the original art will make a lot of old school players happy. Not the most exciting mythic choice, but one that I'm certainly happy with. Hello Enchantress payoff card, Ancestral Mask. Great. This is definitely the route I hoped the set would take. The card is sweet. Even at the common level in Mercadian Masks, it's still worth almost $1. It goes in every Commander Enchantress deck known to man, much like the Enchantresses themselves. Again, Ural, Kron, Sigarda, stuff like that. The best part about this card, though, Magic Online Pauper. It's only ever had one printing, so it's worth like $8 online for Pauper reasons. Hopefully this will help out that price, because $8, yeah, no. Great reprint, lots of value here, and synergy. Good uncommon. This is definitely a card I expected would be back. Green Sun Zenith, the infamous modern banned creature tutor, is making its return with its original art. The card's around $6 right now, which isn't a huge deal, but the card's rampant in Legacy. Can't count the amount of decks that love to Green Sun for 0 to get Dryad Arbor. It's just the best. Don't even get me started on Commander. Thousands upon thousands of players use this card in green decks to grab whatever they want. It's one of the most effective and powerful tutor effects in the game. Reprint is welcome. Natural Order has taken its place where we all thought it would, a mythic slot in the set. It took almost all week, but it's finally been confirmed, and with the iconic artwork, couldn't have drawn it up better. A former Vintage and Legacy staple, Natural Order now spends its $30 life in a ton of Cube and Commander decks. While the card has multiple printings, the supply is still incredibly low, so the price is maintained really well. What's important to remember here is that you can now get the original art Natural Order in foil. The Judge promo version, $150, so yeah, that's value. Call the Skybreaker is on the short list of rares that most players do not want to open. Straight up bulk status. While the card is in a variety of Commander strategies like Tibor and Lumia, some Melik decks, Mizzix, it doesn't make up for how badly players are going to feel when they open this. Gonna make a pretty foil, but it already has a foil version, so yeah. We're looking at a straight up feels bad man. Ow. But again, the bulk in this set is pretty low so far, so we're still doing alright. We Dragonauts is back. Did not expect this. If anything, this pushes a storm-based limited environment, which would be super awesome if you ask me. Storm in limited is so cool if you can pull it off. The Dragonauts is like a flying Nivik Cyclops, and there are 2 of them, so cool. I like it. Goblin Trenches is back. This is awesome. I love that card. A few weird things though. First, they did give it new art, which is cool, but I always thought the old art was just really iconic. I don't know, maybe I'm just an old man. Second, the Vintage Masters version was uncommon. Interesting that they didn't stick with that and went back to it being a rare. Very interesting. Guaranteed that's for limited purposes, as Goblin Trenches is much more powerful than you might think. Seriously, the card actually wins the limited games on its own. You'll see, just trust me. Anyways, it's a cool card. New art is interesting. Yeah, neat stuff for limited. Giant Solifuge is coming back. Cool ode to original Ravnica block. The Solifuge was a standard powerhouse. Basically like the most OP spider of all time. I like the new art as well. Pretty nice stuff. Card is decent filler, mostly bulk, but it does a decent job of throwing back to a previous plane and time in standard. I understand why it's here, plus anything with Shroud is just the bomb. Love that they aren't afraid to reprint Shroud. It feels good. That brings us to the end of today's Eternal Masters recap video. What do you think? Is Eternal Masters shaping up to be the set that you want it to be? What are we missing? Are we missing too much? Did they include your dream card? I gotta know what you think. Now remember, the set still isn't completely spoiled yet, so keep tuning in over the next few days to hear more about it. I'm sure we're not done with the surprises yet. As always, subscribe for the latest and most reliable Eternal Masters spoiler information you could ever need. This is the Mana Source. I'm Wedge. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. This video is brought to you in part by TCGplayer.com. Again, we're in a situation where nobody cares about anything besides Eternal Masters, so boxes are now $317 on TCG Player. Still relatively cheap based on the rest of the internet, at least in the United States. If you really want the set, that's where you go to get it. Good luck. Enjoy.
What?